Hello viewers, welcome to Speed Math Techniques with Suku and Jiku. We are in episode 11 and in this episode we are going to see how to multiply numbers which are above 100 and which are either below or above 100. This is a continuation of our previous episode where we saw plenty of examples for multiplying numbers below 100. Now, if you are coming to this episode straight from the internet, I would suggest you go through the previous episode to get an idea of what we are discussing about. Like our previous episode, we are going to see 3 different examples wherein the numbers are either above 100 or between below 100 and above 100 and so on. Jiku is going to take us through this episode. We can now proceed to see the first example of this episode. We now take a number 103 and try to multiply that with 102. Like our previous episode, we are going to approach this as a 4-step process. All of our videos are going to be a step-by-step kind of method. The reason being, when we try to do it step-by-step, we can understand it much better and we can register the method in our mind very solidly. The step 1 is to identify the working base. Now, if you look at the number 103 and 102, you can easily say that these numbers are near to 100. So, we are going to use 100 as our working base. That completes our step 1. The second step is to subtract the numbers 103 and 102 from our working base. Let's take 103. 103 minus 100 equals 3. So we put a 3 next to 103. Similarly, for 102 minus 100 equals 2. So we put a 2 next to 102. That's the end of step 2. We now proceed to step 3, where we are ready to multiply and cross add. Now, the first part of this step, we are going to multiply 3 and 2. 3 times 2 is 6. If you look at the screen, we are writing this as 0, 6. The reason why we are putting 0, 6 is because our working base 100 has got 2 zeros in it. So the answer that is going to come on the right hand side will need to have 2 digits. So we are writing a 0, 6. You need to make an important note on this particular point. The next part is to cross add. So you can cross add 103 and 2 or 102 and 3. In either of these cases, you get 105. The left part of our answer 105 denotes the number of hundreds in our answer. The right part of our answer denotes the number of ones in our answer. That completes our step 3. We now proceed to the final step where we will combine the hundreds and ones and get our final answer. So 105 hundreds is equal to 10,500 and 6 ones when added to 10,500 gives 10,500 6. So our final answer is 10,506. That completes the first example in this episode. To understand this in a bit more detail, we will look at two more examples. The next example is going to be 107 times 104. Now this is exactly same as our previous example, just that the numbers are slightly different and larger. So we can follow all the 4 steps that we followed in the previous example. So the step 1 is to identify the working base. 107 and 104 are near to 100, so we will use 100 as our working base. The working base is 100, and that completes our step 1. So in step 2, we will subtract the numbers 107 and 104 from the working base. So if you take the number 107 minus 100 is a 7. So we write a 7 next to 107. And for 104 minus 100 is 4. So we put a 4 next to 104. That completes the step 2. In step 3, we take the output of step 2 and we try to do multiply and cross add. So the first part here is to multiply 7 and 4. 7 times 4 gives 28. The second part is to cross add 107 and 4 or 104 and 7. In either of these cases, you get 111. As before, 111 denotes the number of hundreds and 28 denotes the number of ones. With this output, we complete step 3 and we are now ready to go to our final answer step, where we can combine these hundreds and ones and write our final answer. So 111 hundreds is same as 11,100, and if you add 28 to it, you get 11,128. That's our final answer. So 107 times 104 is 11,128. So we have seen 2 examples so far. We will complete this episode with an example where the numbers are above and below 100. This is a small variant to the way we saw the previous 2 examples. So you need to pay some specific attention on step number 3 and 4. As an example, let's take 98 times 103. The first step is exactly same like our previous 2 examples. 98 and 103 are near to 100, so we will use 100 as our working base. That completes our step 1. In step 2, we subtract the numbers 98 and 103 from the working base. So let's start with 98. 98 minus 100 is minus 2. So we put a minus 2 next to 98. And 103 minus 100 equals 3. So we put a 3 next to 103. That completes our step 2. We are now ready to go to step 3. So in step 3, we have to multiply and cross add the output that we got in step 2. So minus 2 times 3 is minus 6. 98 plus 3 or 103 minus 2 gives 101. So we have 101 hundreds and minus 6 ones in the end of this step, which we need to combine in step 4 to get our final answer. So that completes step 3, and in step 4 we first take the 101 hundreds and we subtract 6 from 101 hundreds. So 101 hundreds is 10,100 minus 6 is 10,094. So the product of 98 and 103 is 10,094. That completes our step 4, and we have got our final answer as well. Okay. From this episode, you might have easily observed that if the numbers are closer to 100, either they are below or above, it will be very easy to combine those numbers using this simple method that we have described in the last 2 episodes. What I would suggest you all to do is to take your own examples with a paper and a pen and practice those examples again and again. And as you practice, you will find that it will be very easy for you to do these techniques right out of your mind. You don't need to use a paper and a pen at all. So these kind of techniques can be very helpful for you to verify your answers in your exams. And wait, if you can help Suku. Suku is trying to multiply numbers near to 100, and he is having 4 questions in his mind, and those questions are given to you on the board. For some reason, he seems to be stuck between step 3 and 4, so he is not able to come up with a final answer. If you know the answer, can you help him on these 4 questions? And if you are able to find the answers, please post your answers in the comment section of this video. Thank you for watching this video, and we will see you again in another video next time. Thank you, viewers.